How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Bad actors hack account of the Sandbox CEO, post fake airdrop of sand tokens. Sandbox chief executive Arthur Madrid tells his followers that his account was recently hacked. So he warned that if it's not http://sandbox.game, don't go to a .sandbox.game. That would not take you to the right one. It would have to be this exact URL. The hacker sent a sandbox-game.net, even sandbox-game.game or .io. Any of those variations, you want to make sure you're going to an official website. I'd go to the website's official website, like Sandbox's official website, look it up online, find it, don't go to an ad, that could take you to a fake one too, but scroll past the ads and find the official one, or go to like someone that works in Sandbox's bio on the social media, and then see if it's posted there. If you don't see the airdrop posted there, then don't go to it, it's probably fake. Chinese healthcare energy firms enable CBDC pay, digital yuan adoption accelerating. So WXRB, a news article, said that hospitalization fees can be paid via the central bank's digital yuan, and it said that it's safer, more convenient, and that it's faster. So it's safer, more convenient, the transactions go through quicker, everything can be done quicker, its insurance is being done quicker, I'm sure. So if an insurance agency is using the digital yuan, I'm sure the transaction's going through a lot quicker than normal banking. Charles Hopkinson says Bitcoin Ordinals could look better on Cardano. So this is one example of more recent people saying, hey, Bitcoin Ordinals should go on our chain. So the Bitcoin Ordinals theme on Bitcoin may start to subside, and we may start to see it go to other coins as the transaction fees have increased and inflated. So now if we disperse it across the whole crypto community, then those fees would be dispersed across multiple projects in very aspects, just like how you have different coins. So, onto the charts. Our Bitcoin dominance is taking a bit of a pump here. We are breaking out of our triangle. You might be able to draw this as like the top of the triangle if you don't cut this candle here. So just watch on that. But even if you count it as a break, we could get sucked back in. Our RSI is pointing up, stochastics running up, VWAP's running up. Our money flow is kind of flat though. Our momentum's trying to come up, so we are getting bullish signals that we want to come up, but our money flow is not coming in. We'll jump to our altcoins real quick. We're going to change the lineup a little bit from going on. Our altcoins are going to be first. We're going up, we're kind of curling upwards, stochastics running up, RSI is running up. Money flow is riding bearish, our VWAP's running up, very aggressive, and our momentum's trying to come up. And we got quite a big push, even though we're not getting that money flow crossover here. So we'll go altcoin, Bitcoin dominance, and futures. Reason being, we can look at gaps. And we have a gap today where we just flew way up. So because of this extreme gap, we have a lot of pressure to come down. We are close to that upper gap, around that 29K level. So if we do push any further, we could hit that 29K level, and then we could get sucked back down into this gap, at which point we could see these other lower gaps, the other gap around 20K. We could see those all play out after we make this drop. So if you want to take a closer zoom, 25K doesn't have a gap. Oh, yeah, we had one there. We have one right here in this purple zone. So 20K is our next gap down. So if we were to fill this current gap, that could bring us trajectory down. However, we are trying to push up to fill that higher gap. So be warned that if we do touch that higher gap, we do have a lot of pressure to come right back down. So over on Bitcoin, we are pushing, we are hitting our point of control currently. We are making a pretty strong bounce off the value area low. Our stochastic's running up, RSI's running up, VWAP's trying to run up. Money flow's pretty flat though, nowhere to be found, and our momentum's trying to come up. We are pushing out of the flag, if you see on the 4 hour, pretty strongly. However, this could be a fake breakout, or our flag could encapsulate this bigger area. Our RSI is still running up, stochastic's running up, momentum's running up, VWAP is pushing forward but starting to kind of curl. Our money flow's pushing forward but starting to curl, so watch out for the money flow to start to give up strength, because if it does, then we'll start to lose strength here and we could fill that lower gap and not the higher gap. Our momentum, our stochastic, and our RSI look like they could start to curl here. VWAP's starting to curl out, but our money flow is running up pretty strongly. So the 2 hour we are continuing strong. 1 hour our money flow is very strong. It's at 33. It hasn't been this high in a long time. So that could be a signal. Right around here we were at about 30. Could be a signal that we are due for some downside, because when we hit that zone we kind of just went sideways and then fell away. So watch out for that. Right around here we hit around 27, we went sideways, came up a little, and then we ultimately fell back down. So we could be a little bit overextended here. Our stochastic is running up, our RSI is starting to curl, VWAP's making lower highs and starting to curl, so our medium term's not looking the strongest. Over on graph, on the daily, we are hitting that point control on our Fibonacci area. Our stochastic's running up, VWAP's running up, RSI's running up, our money flow's maintaining in the bearish territory, not really going anywhere, and our momentum's trying to come up on the daily. Over on the 4 hour, we kind of wicked above, but we got rejected by this Fibonacci level. Stochastic's making bearish divergences, it's trying to run up, RSI's trying to run up. Our momentum's kind of hard to see, but we're getting a green dot that could confirm, that could help push us forward. VWAP's trying to push forward, our momentum is trying to come up, and our money flow is trying to press forward as well. It's real close to that neutral zone, so we're going to need that to break forward. If it starts to curl here, then the strength is going to be given to the bears. Over on the 2 hour, our momentum's somewhat making lower highs, even though price is making higher highs. Stochastic's trying to make lower highs, our RSI is trying to run up, our money flow is running up, our VWAP's starting to curl out, so overall we're a little bearish leaning with these bearish divergences and the way the VWAP's set up. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic's starting to curl, again slightly lower highs, momentum's getting lower highs here, very slightly. RSI is pointing down very aggressively, money flow is starting to point down, VWAP's starting to point down with lower highs. So I'd say we look a little overbought, and we are probably due to start to fall here. You can see we kind of had that triangle and we kind of broke away from it. So over on the daily for anchor, don't know why we zoomed out so much. We are getting a pretty good run up. We did bounce off that value area low, so our next stop would be the value area low here, or our point of control up here, but that's if everything else maintains. Our stochastic's trying to run up, we're getting slightly lower highs here, VWAP's trying to run up, our RSI's running up, momentum's coming up with a bullish divergence, so that's good for us. Our 4 hour, our momentum's starting to kind of taper off, RSI is running up, our stochastic's very strong, money flow's kind of starting to taper off, VWAP's overall starting to wane out, so we're looking like we are getting a little overextended here in my opinion. Over on the stochastic, we are starting to curl, RSI looks like we're starting to curl, momentum's starting to curl, money flow's very weak in the bullish territory and starting to curl, VWAP's very weak and starting to curl. So not too good looking on the 2 hour for continued movement. The 1 hour I'd say about the same. Stochastic looks like we could curl, double red dot momentum. RSI is pointing down and curling. Our money flow is curling. VWAP's about to break back bearish. So we're not looking too strong. Over on XRP, we're kind of coming up to the top of our flag. So I'd exercise caution, because if we don't get further momentum, we may not break through and make higher highs. But our next support resistance area would be this 53 cent if we can claim the 50 cent area. Stochastic's trying to run up, RSI's trying to run up, momentum's running up, money flow's not quite bullish, VWAP's trying to run up but starting to curl out. So I exercise a little bit of caution with the way the VWAP's set up. Stochastic's making lower highs. It does want to make a bullish cross though. RSI's trying to push up, our momentum's trying to come up. VWAP's coming up, money flow is maintaining its ground but not really gaining any more ground, so it's hard for the daily to kind of carry any strength. 2 hour, the money flow is overall heading slightly up but not very strongly. VWAP's starting to curl out, Stochastic's starting to curl out, RSI looks like we could start to flatten out. Our momentum's starting to taper off, so everything looks like we may start to pull back here. Over on the 1 hour, Stochastic has a bearish divergence, RSI is curling, momentum is curling, our money flow is curling, VWAP is starting to break down with lower highs, very lower, quite a bit bigger divergence than some of our other coins. So we may see a bigger drop here if we do continue to drop, which would be kind of unexpected, as XRP should start to pump, especially with all the bullish news, which could be carrying the weight for the market. For Algo, we're starting to still round up, so that is good for a rounding bottom case. Stochastic's trying to run up, our money flow's gone flat, momentum's trying to get a double green dot and come up. Our Stochastic has a bullish cross and RSI is trying to curl up. Over on the 4 hour, our RSI is trying to push forward. Stochastic's just riding around this overbought area. Our momentum's trying to press forward. VWAP's trying to press forward. Money flow is trying to make higher lows. So we are looking somewhat good on the 4 hour, but that money flow, I want to see it kind of come up into the green. If it comes up into the green, that could set us up for a higher moves forward, and we may regain from all the FUD and fear we had. Over on the 2 hour, Stochastic's starting to make lower highs, and we could start to kind of wane out here. RSI is getting a red dot and could curl away. Our momentum's starting to curl. Hard to see if it's getting a red dot or anything right now. Our VWAP is trying to make new highs, so VWAP's trying to push forward, money flow's trying to push forward, so we are trying to keep going forward on Algo. The 1 hour money flow is maintaining bullish momentum, so we'll have to see if that can lead into the other time frames. Stochastic's starting to kind of curl, RSI is pointing down, momentum looks like it could curl out, and VWAP's starting to curl out. So much like everything else, it's looking like we could start to retrace some of today's gains. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.